Hi guys, it's Nancy and this is a look at the July 2022 Glimmer of the Month kit. And in this kit you will get a roll of silver foil. You will get a thin line die, which we will cut out. There are 3 different sizes here. And then you're going to get the hot foil plate, which I already have on my Glimmer. And it's going to give you 3 lines and 2 lines. Now before you look at this and kind of perplexed and wonder, what is this all about? Let me show you. Let's test this out. So we're going to start with a piece of silver foil. I've cut down here. Now the secret here is to line it up straight. Don't worry if you can't line it up straight, because you can always cut your paper down. I always cut my paper to 5.5 by 4.25. You can go a little larger, and whenever you're doing straight lines, you can always cut it straight. So while that is going through there, let's just cut out, let me grab a piece of scrap paper here. Let's die cut these so you can see what these look like. Okay, now I must stress, do not try to line up the dies with the hot foil plates. That's not what they're meant for. These are designed, well, I don't know if that's what they're meant for or not. I don't think so. But I believe they are designed just to cut out strips, and I'll show you why here in a second. So I'm going to put my cutting plate down, my paper, my die, and then my top plate. Now, if you're having problems with die cutting in your machine, you can always turn at a little angle. That'll help you with your die cutting. Okay, so cut that. And my machine is done blinking, so we'll run the Glimmer through. Okay, and let me show you what the result is here. We have these beautiful stripes, okay? Now that's cool, but let's do that again. I'm going to turn my plate around so that I have the 3 stripes on this side. So there's 2 and 3 glimmer stripes. Okay, and this time I'm going to turn my paper perpendicular, like that. So let's plug that in and hit the timer when that's ready. In the meantime, let's look at how this die cut. Okay, so what this die cut then for us are these 3 stripes, which are now nicely nestled into my cutting plate. All right. Okay, so we're going to save these. And I have a little piece, this is just leftover scrap paper. I'm going to cut this again. These will be a little shorter, but that's okay. Another trick you can do if you're die cutting and your plates are warping, like this one's starting to warp, is you can actually cut upwards. So lay your die down that way and then cut upwards. This will help reduce some of the warping that you're getting on your plates. Okay. So essentially what you have here is a plaid builder. And I think this is great because plaid is always in fashion. And we have our 3 lines again. You know, you can build this to any color you want. I love that there's 3 different thicknesses. You can change the color, of course, and you can change the texture. But you can do some with foil and some with cardstock, which is neat. All right, so we're done blinking here. Okay, so now we have some stripes going this way, some stripes going perpendicular. And then what we can do is we can build upon that with the die cut sheets. So now I can add to this, and this is the part where if you're not completely straight, you would cut this down to whatever size you want, and then you can die cut it straight. So line your stripes up with what you have there. And again, it's homemade. It does not have to be perfect. So never feel like it has to be perfect. If you wanted it to be perfect, you would just buy you would buy plaid paper. It's already made. Oops. And you can add as many or as little as you want. In as many colors as you want. Okay, so now we have this foiled plaid background. We have the added dimension of having the papers on there. I can now cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to cut along this edge because then I can see exactly how I want it to be straight by lining up that edge. Okay, so now that I know this edge is straight, I will put that down at the bottom here. Okay, and now my stripes are mostly straight and it's cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. So now I have this cool kind of plaid background. And again, you can continue to layer. I mean, you can continue to add different colors of foil. So let me show you what I did earlier. I just did some silver and some red, and I could continue to do that. So think about the holidays coming up. If you have red cardstock and you just want to add gold stripes to it, that would be beautiful. But you can play with this in any different ways by layering the cuts on there or doing the foiling. So I think this is a really neat kit. I have not seen something like this on the market yet. I have seen plaid foil plates, but they don't give you the ability to customize what you're foiling. In other words, whatever you put down is going to be the color of the foil, and it's going to be your standard traditional plaid, where this has thicker and thinner lines, and you can maneuver this a little bit more by changing either the color of your foils. You know, here you can see I use the 3 lines, and here I use the 2 lines. So a lot more, I think, a customization available on this, and I think this is going to be a big hit when you go to do your holiday cards, or you know, just customizing it. Like, this is a really cool background, I can just put my sentiment on here and leave it like that, or go ahead and add more to it. So I like the fact that not only do you get the hot foil plate, but you get the die, which adds to that customization. And like I said, if you try to die cut this, that's the first thing I thought of was, okay, how would I line that up? Well, you can see here it doesn't exactly line up perfectly. I mean, if you wanted to try to line that up, go ahead, But I don't think that that's what it's designed for. I think it's designed to cut your accent pieces. And then you have more dimension and you have more texture available to you. So there we go. That is the July 2022 Glimmer of the Month. I hope that I've explained that to you. Can't wait to see what you guys are going to make with this. Thanks for watching. If you had fun watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And keep on foiling. Bye, guys.